Today on Suncoast View, there are more discussions in downtown Sarasota about closing traffic for special events. Main Street will stay open, but the events are at a standstill. We'll discuss.
Do your pets miss you when you're gone? Well, separation anxiety can cause a lot of stress on your pet and the owner. But Canine Corral is here with some tips.
West Coast Black Theater Troupe has wowed Suncoast audiences for years. They've just returned from a national festival and they're gearing up for another exciting season. Artistic Director Nate Jacobs is here with a preview. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
And welcome to the show, and a big welcome back to Nate Jacobs.
Good morning.
Yeah. Always
Glad
nice
to be
to
back.
have you.
Good to see you wonderful people.
Well,
Welcome from the big time.
I know.
You are in the big world out there.
Oh, it was incredible. Just amazing.
Yeah, tell us about, you took your troupe to North Carolina a few weeks ago for a national theater festival. Tell us about it.
Yes, the National Black Theater Festival, which is a biannual event, draws over 60, 70,000 people to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. That's the hometown of the founder, Larry Leon Hamlin. And some years back, I was able to meet him. He became a mentor of mine and embraced a comedy piece that a lot of Sarasotans know, Aunt Rudell.
Oh, yes.
Your
And
character.
featured Aunt Rudell in the festival almost 20 years ago.
Wow.
And to take the troupe that I founded later back and give them this experience to perform before a national, international audience. We were in a 600-seat theater, and every night they had to turn people away. It was just packed out every night, and they just really enjoyed the show we took, which was How I Got Over. And I remember telling Linda earlier about one of the young actors said, "Oh my God, I looked up there, all those people." I said, "Oh, it's serious now." And we were just one of the top shows there that everybody wanted to see.
That's
West Coast Black Theater Troupe. And we've built quite a reputation already at the festival that we are a must-see at that event. So that is the national powwow, and so not only have we been able to do great work here in Sarasota and love the patrons here, but now we're building a national.
I was going to say, everyone else somewhere else knows exactly how we feel here.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's no
so-
secret. It never was a secret here for sure, but
It was
that's
blessed.
wonderful.
Oh, we're so proud.
Congratulations. Well, no one works harder than you do in your troupe, and so we're happy to see the rest of the world celebrate you as well. And we're going to
thank
find
you
out.
for all the support you guys give us.
Well, listen, we're very excited. We're going to find out more about what's coming up for you this season a little later on. But
Yes.
first, we want to check into the kitchen today. We'd like to welcome back Chef Deepa from the Indian Table.
Good morning.
Welcome. What are we making?
Today we're making homemade garlic butter naan breads.
Ooh, all right. Garlic, we're all big fans. So naan bread, tell us, it's normally cooked in a larger oven, yeah?
Yeah, if you go to a restaurant and order naan bread, you'll find that they have the big fired tandoor ovens
Oh, yes.
that soar up to the highest heats, which we can't replicate at home. But I have a tip today that I'm going to share with you to make them even better, in my opinion, than the restaurant ones.
Oh,
But I'm going to need a
We
volunteer
like that.
today to help me and get the hands dirty, so
Yes.
think
Alright.
who that's going to be.
Well, it's garlic, so if we all have it, we'll all be all right for the weekend.
Together for the rest of
I
the
need a roller.
We can do that. Rolling we can do. Well, we're excited to join you later on and learn the inside tips. We also have an exciting makeover this week. We're celebrating the 7th anniversary of the Suncoast's own Black Diamond Burlesque today, and Cutting Loose Salon is going to be giving a burlesque-style makeover to one of our viewers. So
Oh,
let's meet Yvonne.
Wow.
oh,
That
I
sounds
want to be a
interesting.
So I was chosen to do this makeover today because I'm a two-time breast cancer survivor, and I am ready to get out of my comfort zone and get over these body insecurities. And if I can help anybody out there do the same, then it was all worth it.
Wow.
How
All right.
great. So if you didn't catch that, Yvonne is a two-time breast cancer survivor. She is also the co-founder of Lupe's Love, lupeslove.life, which raises funds for healing and grief support to parents who are survivors of suicide. So, you know, you
Wow.
couldn't think of someone who deserves a
Right.
makeover
Yes.
even more. And since burlesque is about feeling good about yourself, I'm excited.
Embracing yourself.
Yes,
Yes.
she's a very attractive woman. I'm excited to see what Cutting Loose
Oh, yes, me
adds
too.
to the mix. Yes.
Cutting
all right.
loose and burlesque. Wow, that's
We have West Coast Black Theater, we have Garlic Naan, Cutting Loose. This is the best hour of my week, I'm telling you. Well, it is time for our first hot topic. And special events in downtown Sarasota are at a standstill, and downtown business owners are split. For the 4th consecutive year, the City Commission has placed a year-long ban on special events that would close Main Street from Orange Ave all the way down to Gulfstream. Now, in 2014, it was due to construction on State Street parking garage. The city lost over 130 parking spaces due to that construction. Well, the garage finished a year later and created almost 400 parking spaces, but the year-long events ban stayed and stayed. City officials say the construction remains a concern, and they need more time to draft a better special events policy. Throughout the rest of downtown, the city requires that 2/3 of affected businesses approve any street closure. Now, should this decision be left to the business owners?
Well, I know I've talked to some of the business owners because I do shop downtown a lot, and they said, well, we do no business when these events occur. Nobody comes in to buy. But I think nobody knows about downtown. So if you only have the regular people that go, you are going to lose business. You need new people, new blood, new people coming in and seeing the stores. They may not buy that day, but they'll be back. And they're losing out to UTC, to Bradenton. Downtown's not going to be a hub much longer if we don't take action.
Yeah, and I agree with Linda, but I've actually heard some business owners on the other end, because not all of them are the stores. The restaurants do really well when people are down there, because sometimes they set up those little carts outside, so they sell some drinks and some appetizers. So, you know, I think shouldn't just be up to the business owners. I feel like, yes, they are a very important part, and yes, we feel like their businesses is definitely cherished. But at the same time, the community also needs to get a vote. I think it's a combination of all of us.
Well, and one of the complaints is that they'll do a year-long temporary ban, but they keep extending it. So now it's been, this will be the 4th year. So what some people are saying is, this isn't a temporary ban, this is the new normal. And they could go back to what happens outside of those blocks of Main Street, which is 2/3 of the businesses get to vote if they would like it.
Well,
they should definitely be a part of the conversation. But you know, anyone who really wants to be downtown is downtown. You know, we have the parade, they park all around the Main Street area and walk down to be downtown for activities that go on down there. So the owners should definitely be a part of the conversation because it affects them the most. But yes, the commissioners are there to look out for the entire masses of the city.
Yes,
so.
And this is not unique to just downtown Sarasota. I mean, St. Pete has this problem when they close it down for the racetrack that happens, and some people complain, some people love it. My concern, and I feel bad we're picking on Sarasota 2 days in a row. We love you. But like we mentioned, there are all these other venues on the Suncoast vying for these events and festivals, and they're getting them. Because they're saying, yeah, sure, come here. Come to Lakewood Ranch. Come to the fairgrounds.
And you go back to those places when you go for an event like this. You go back because you say, oh, I want to shop there. I want to see what's in that store. I'll be back. So I think it brings people.
A lot of people that went to the boat races over by on Bradenton, they've been back to the Riverwalk, and they've been back to their Main Street, and they've been back to different areas. That's why, because you get to see it, and once you've experienced it, you want to say, I didn't get to experience something while I was there, so let me go back and finish, you know, looking around or exploring.
Yeah, it really comes down, I think, to tracking. If, you know, when they come back, did they come down because they came to a festival? We won't know, but I guess it'll be another year while we
And they're getting a lot of new residents downtown. All these condos.
They're going to want to do something, we hope. Well, we'll see. We'll keep an eye out for it. Model Chrissy Teigen opens up about a personal topic many of us can relate to. She says she was drinking a little too much and she had to take some time to fix herself. Teigen says it just became normal to have a glass of wine while she would do hair and makeup to go out, and then she would drink at whatever event she was attending. The married mom says alcohol was present at every event she attended, but she realized it was just too much and too frequent, and she took a purposeful break to fix herself. And then she realized that she liked herself better and she felt better when she wasn't drinking. Teigen says that you don't have to be addicted to overuse something. What do you think about this approach? I
agree. She's definitely correct, you know, and it's amazing for her to be able to self-recognize, self-correct, and then, you know, move forward. I personally, prior to this, didn't like her because she was just always too extra for me. And I don't know, now I think about it, I wonder, I know, seriously, she's always so extra, and I always want, now I'm wondering, I wonder if it's because she was drunk.
It could be. I mean, if that's part of your lifestyle, you know, Linda, what do you think? You've worked forever, and you know.
Well, I asked my son, he quit drinking. And I said, do you really miss it when you're at parties? And he said, oh no, it's just entertaining watching all those drunks make fools of themselves. And you never know that when you're one of them.
You are you know, I will say, if you are someone who is not drinking at an event, you remember plans that are made and no one else does. Aren't we doing brunch tomorrow? And no one remembers. I took a little break myself because I found I didn't like where my relationship with drinking was going. It became very normal when I would get home from work to have a glass of wine before anything else. And then I stopped to look at it. It doesn't seem like, though, there are a lot of resources if you want to change a drinking habit, but you don't identify as having a drinking problem, which is kind of what she's hitting on.
And she's so smart to do it before there's before there's anything else, when it's still totally in her control.
Sure.
My husband had a rule. As a head coach in the NFL, he would never drink with his players because he said they would get drunk, or he would, and say really dumb things, and then there could be consequences later.
I have a rule. I won't drink if I'm really sad. If I'm experiencing any kind of real emotion, either negative or real positive, I won't drink because I don't want to associate that with the alcohol, and then feel like I have to keep doing it because of that.
And it should be something that you enjoy if you partake. So good for you. That's a good approach. Well, we wish her the best of luck, and maybe it'll inspire some of the rest of us.
I like that she did that.
Yes. All right, well, another thing, I know I'm a little addicted to the computer, but many of us will turn to Google when we want to get some more information. But it turns out that Google is actually keeping an eye on us and our mental health. The search engine is partnering with the National Alliance on Mental Health to help encourage those at risk of depression to seek help. If you search depression-related terms, a pop-up window will offer a clinically validated 9-part questionnaire to help diagnose. They are hoping that this will encourage more people to seek help, as only 1/2 of people who are depressed actually get treatment. So this is a little invasive, but do you like it?
Well, I think one thing is they get off of Google and get in front of people. I think that will help some of the depression because people are in those mechanical things and they don't give off the same energy as people. And that's a lot to do with some of these young folk going through depression because they don't understand the type of encouragement, inspiration, and just good feel they'll get from actually sitting down and having a conversation and looking at somebody in real eyes.
Sure.
And having that kind of, recourse.
And it seems like Google's...
but I think that's hard. I think that's hard if you're actually in that place. I mean, I think it's a great suggestion, but if you're in that place and you're really just afraid or there's some sort of barrier, where do you get the help?
And Google's trying to get them where they are. So if they're online and they are searching, I'm depressed, or what do I do if I'm sad? I don't know exactly what those search terms are, but they've identified these terms.
Suicidal terms.
Well, and they're trying to stop them. I remember Instagram had a feature where if someone was engaging in behavior that looked like it was harmful to them, you could hit a button and send a message to them, are you okay, do you need help?
Because I don't know, I've seen people where it's just the little things that we may take for granted, just saying hello to someone may be just the biggest barrier for them.
But if they can get over it, and like they said, sit down, because I've been talking to a group of people, sitting with a group of people, and really felt up and energized when I stood up. Never felt that on Google.
No, that's the first thing you do when you start going that way, to get around people who make you feel good, make you feel happy. But hopefully they can push a button, they say, go find you a group of good friends and sit and have a cup of coffee.
Someone knocks to your door. I mean,
Hi, the party.
I hope it helps that if someone does have issues, I hope, please know that there are lots of places you can seek help outside of Google.
Or Alexa will say, let's talk about it.
Yes, there you go. Well, when you live next door to a school, there could be any number of considerations. You might have slow speed limits, school crossing zones, outdoor sports fields. But one man, he had a more personal concern. One 74-year-old UK resident raised concern that he will no longer be able to relax in the nude in his garden. His garden that just happens to face the new school. He said that he has been a naturist for 40 years and didn't want to change his ways, especially since he'd been there before the school. The school counselors agreed to frost any window that faces their neighbor's garden to protect the man's privacy, but also to protect the students' eyes.
Oh, it would be a traumatic experience for a kid. Oh, no.
Can you imagine
A
that?
nude 74-year-old man's across the street.
He better be careful. He might get a pedophile charge.
Well, I think his point is, you know, he's been there, he has laid out in his
but
garden.
if the wrong person walks by and it
It's true.
traumatizes the
Okay,
child.
traumatized is the key word. Yeah.
And his wife apparently also said, in the article we read, said, this is really just about his privacy. That's all that this is.
Well, why don't he go inside of his house?
Exactly.
Well,
exactly.
he said he
private.
wants to sunbathe and he doesn't want to be constricted by tight bathing suits.
Someone needs to build him like a
Life
big
changes.
fence. He needs a big fence.
Yeah.
My people. Okay.
Well, it does tell you things could be worse.
That's true.
All right, we are going to check into the happy hour forecast, and when we come back, we're going to hear more about West Coast Black Theater's latest show.
Yes.
Good afternoon, I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert forecast on this first Friday of the month right here at Lakewood Ranch, downtown Main Street. We've got some great music going to be played tonight, starts at 6 o'clock. Come on out. There is a storm well east of Lakewood Ranch right now, moving northward away from here and behind. Things are looking pretty good. The radar picture indicating some big storms offshore and just a few isolated cells, again, into interior portions of our viewing area. Those are moving northward right now, and it looks as though they'll continue in that northward direction well east of the interstate. Not much going on near the coast with the exception of rip currents. We have a rip current advisory in effect until 8 o'clock for area beaches due to the high surf from those storms off into the Gulf. That's a little line of low pressure left behind from Harvey out there in the Gulf, which will change our weather a little bit for Saturday, giving us a better chance for some widespread storms. Again, mainly the storms well east of the interstate and pushing off to the north. We'll have an update on those and the tropics coming up at 5. See you then.
The new show at the West Coast Black Theater may be new to most audiences, but you have no doubt heard of its creator. In the Heights, the show was created by Hamilton star Lin-Manuel Miranda, and it's opening in October right here, and Nate Jacobs is here to tell us all about how they adapted it for the West Coast Black Theater. Wow, what a show, Nate.
Yeah, we're very excited, and we're finding out that our patrons are very excited about In the Heights. Actually, Michael Mendez, who's one of the stars of WBTT, is Dominican, and the lead in the Heights is Dominican. And it talks about a Dominican family and their journey in Washington Heights in New York. So we were glad to be able to, he is the star of the show. He's here today to do one of the songs, and the song he's going to do is the opening introduction of Uznavi, who is very, you know, his parents looked on a boat and they saw U.S. Navy. And that's how he got his name as a baby.
Oh.
Yeah. So
That's
the show
hilarious.
is just a wonderful, warm story, and the music is great. So we cannot wait to grace the stage and expand our term of diversity at West Coast Black Theater, because you know, Dominican is you know, black folk with slick hair. So, so expanding that whole theme about what diversity is and telling this great story and celebrating one of the hottest show creators and playwrights of our time, Lin-Manuel Miranda. So it's just a wonderful show, wonderful time at WBTT. So make sure you get your ticket
And
because they're
listen to
selling
this,
fast.
and you'll want to get your ticket. Take it away, Michael.
Yeah.
Lights up on Washington Heights, up at the break of day. I wake up and I got this little punk I gotta chase away. Pop the grate at the crack of dawn, sing while I wipe down the awning. Hey y'all, good afternoon, Suncoast view. Ha ha! I am Usnavi, and you probably never heard of my name. Reports of my fame are greatly exaggerated, exacerbated by the fact that my syntax is highly complicated, cause I immigrated from the single greatest little place in the Caribbean, Dominican Republic. I love it. Jesus, I'm jealous of it. And beyond that, ever since my folks passed on, I haven't gone back. Yeah, man, I gotta get on there. Well, me and my cousin running just another dime a dozen, mom and pop stop and shop, and oh my God, it's gotten too darn hot. Like my man Cole Porter said, people come through for a few cold waters and a lottery ticket, just a part of the routine. Everybody's got a job, everybody's got a dream. They gossip as I sip my coffee and smirk. The first stop is people hop to work. Busted, I'm like, $1, $2, $1.50, $1.69, I got it. You want a box of condoms, well, condoms 2 quarters, 2 quarter orders. The New York Times, you need a back for that with taxes added. Once you get some practice at it, you do rapid mathematics automatically. Selling maxi pads, fuzzy dice with taxi cabs. Practically everybody's stressed, yes, but they press through the mess, bounce checks, and wonder what's next in the heights. I buy my coffee and I go and set my sights on only what I need to know. In the heights, money is tight, but even so, when the lights go down, I blast my radio in Washington Heights.
Wow. Oh, that is awesome, Michael. What do you like about this show? Is it written about you?
I
You weren't US
I
Navy.
feel really close. Yeah, I feel really close to US Navy. It's a wonderful thing. My family came to America in '91. I was only 3 years old. So for me, it shows a glimpse into the Hispanic community, how we love, how we cherish each other, how we treat community, and really how we get down, how we party.
Oh,
So
and
it's
we love
nice.
to party with you.
Yes, yes.
And so will you. You don't want to miss In the Heights. It is at the West Coast Black Theater Troupe, October 11th through November 19th. October 11th through November 19th. For more information, you can go to the West Coast Black Theater website. Okay, Michael, we want to hear some more. Could you sing us to the break?
Most definitely.
Take it away.
A little Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
Yeah. And please, everybody in the studio, you all know this song. Sing along. Ooh, ooh, hey. Needed a shelter, someone's arms, and there you were.
It's rainy season on the Suncoast. Storms can pop up at a moment's notice. Sometimes it's just rain. Sometimes it's much worse. When there's the potential for severe weather, you need to know fast. Trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather to get you the information you need right away. We focus on the storms that impact where you live, and we're committed to alerting you with important information as soon as we get it. When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
Attention! Royal Seas Cruises has just announced their deal of the day, a $99 Caribbean cruise for 2 people. This amazing cruise deal to the Bahamas is only available to the first 500 callers who register in your area today. So get ready to write down this number and act fast. We know that the best type of traveler is a repeat guest, so we're offering this $99 Caribbean cruise to prove it. That's $99 per couple, including your stateroom, all your delicious meals, full spa, live entertainment, 3 kids clubs, and more. Come see why we were voted one of the top 10 best overall cruises by Cruise Critic. We're so sure you'll enjoy yourself and become a repeat customer that you're getting this deal of the day for the unbelievable low price of just $99 per couple. But you've got to act fast. Pick up the phone and be one of the first 500 callers to take the Caribbean cruise of a lifetime for just $99 per couple. Call right now or log on to royalcruisenow.com.
Call 800-906-0489. Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
And it is a special Makeover Madness this week. It is a burlesque makeover. This is Yvonne halfway through. Look, it looks like she is choosing some feathers and some fans. So we can't wait to see what Cutting Loose does to give her that little burlesque look. We'll check on later on in the show. Bo Beth?
Well, we just got a preview of In the Heights, the opening show of West Coast Black Theater Troupe. But there's plenty more coming up and for next season. And our artistic director, Nate Jacob, is here to tell us all about the shows and moving forward and what we have to look forward to.
After In the Heights, we do a Motown Christmas, which is a new show I created 2 years ago, and it debuted 2 years ago. So we are bringing it back. It was a favorite, a sold-out performance. So it's the Motown Christmas style. And so anybody who loved Motown would just love this show.
I saw it and it was awesome.
It's an awesome show for sure. And then we do The Mountaintop, which talks about the last night, a fictitious review of what happened the last evening before Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated.
Okay.
But it's a powerful piece done by a very exciting new playwright, and we're so excited about presenting The Mountaintop.
I heard of Lady Day?
Yeah, and then Lady Day at Emerson Grill with the Broadway legend Melba Moore.
That's huge that she's here, and people know her body of work. Even if they
true legend. Started out in Pearly the musical, and then she was one of the first black women to go in Les Mis many years ago as the lead singer there. So we're excited about her coming. And then a brand new show, Soul Man, which talks about the whole evolution of the 60s through the music of male artists, James Brown, Otis Redding, Jackie Wilson. Music from all of these men that helped soothe a lot of the anger that was going on during the 1960s. They were very pivotal with the civil rights movement. So it's a very powerful piece. These men are gracing the stage and singing this music like nobody's business. Wow. So.
Speaking of gracing the stage, you guys are in the construction stages of a new facility.
Oh my gosh!
Tell us about the campaign.
Woo! Anybody who knows our story knows the struggle with us having a permanent home. And when we came into ownership of this campus, I was just blown away. And now to be in the middle of the capital campaign, we have raised $4.2 million. We are trying to knock out the last $2 million of the capital campaign, but we're already in construction. Wow. They have carved out the windows and put the walls up inside, and I just go over there like a little kid at Christmas, just watching and just being very grateful to the Sarasota community that have really embraced us and begin to support and sustain this institution.
What are some new things that'll be possible when you have? We just saw some renderings of what it'll
look
look
like. Well, first of all, we'll be on one campus. A lot of people may not know our offices are on Main Street, right above the Classical Restaurant. We're on the 5th floor there. So we're not on our campus during the daytime. A lot of people come, think of the boss office. We'll all be on one campus. There will be a lot more studio space to do a lot more of the training that we do, which I'm very excited about. Eventually, we'll have a 5-star theater, a real theater, because we're doing a make-to-do situation. So just a lot more possibility at WBTT.
Oh,
so,
I love the growth, and I love all the things that you guys are doing. So
thanks, Bobette.
keep up
the first
good
day
work.
Bobette came here, I said, that's the hottest ticket in town, West Coast Black Theater. And she agreed with me,
yes,
didn't
I
she?
did.
yeah, everybody be more comfortable. We have real theater seats and everything.
All right, well, we'll keep getting some updates on that, and next, when we come back, we're going to get help with our pets dealing with separation anxiety.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential. There's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. If you're just joining us, we're going to be in the kitchen today with Chef Deepa from the Indian Table. And Deepa, when you'll be teaching us how to make garlic naan bread, but you also teach classes through USF. How often do you teach?
I do. Currently, I've been teaching twice a month. My last two in September are all full now, so we're just working on some more schedules for October. So
how exciting.
I have a Facebook page which I regularly update with
So that's where they can
classes.
check out. That is facebook.com/Indian Table. And if Deepa can teach us, she can teach anyone. We can't wait to join you a little later on in the show.
Great.
Well, earlier this week, we had some interruptions on our show due to some breaking news, and one segment did not make it to broadcast, and we didn't want our pet owners to miss out on some helpful tips to reduce pet anxiety. So let's take a look.
Do your pets miss you too much when you're gone? Separation anxiety can cause a lot of stress. Mark Chambord from Canine Corral is here to help our four-legged friends out. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you.
Friend, who did you bring with you?
Well, it's great to be here. This is Nilla. Nilla is one of my rescue dogs. She's actually my personal dog now.
She's beautiful. She really is. She's so calm with us.
Yes. What is separation anxiety to a dog? Does she have it?
Well, believe it or not, she has extreme separation anxiety. If she's not, separation anxiety is when a dog exhibits stress to the point that they will cause destruction, they pant, they actually may even pee or poop in the house. They have to be by a human. If they're not by a human, they don't understand it, and they just have to be by a human.
But I have a question. A dog doesn't have a sense of time, right? So does that mean if you're gone for 5 minutes, it could cause the same amount of stress as if you're gone for an hour?
With separation anxiety, behavioral, such as this is, anytime they're separated, the time doesn't matter.
Now tell me about these pictures. This is when she's alone, right?
Yeah, these pictures here that's her jumping over the counter, jumping over the fence to get to me.
She's looking for you.
Yeah, definitely. There she's actually stalking. I've never been stalked by a woman before until Nilla.
Oh my goodness.
This is her after I've worked with her a while, and she's actually relaxed now, and I'm going to go over some of the tips that got her to that, and there she's a happy girl. Very happy
look
girl.
at that.
Yeah.
What a difference we're seeing. So how can we minimize their anxiety?
Well, one of the things you want to remember is that dogs, it's natural for them to be with their pack. And so it's not natural for them to be away from the pack. So we, as humans, say, okay, we're going to go to work, we're going to go to school, or especially with children that have been with a dog over the summer, now they're in school, and it's like life changed. So what we want to remember is that we don't want to make a big deal about being gone. We have to understand that being with a pack member is natural for a dog, so we have to make it more natural to be separated. That's why it's important to start very young. You can start with crating your dog. crate your dog throughout the day when you're home, so that the dog learns that you know, it's supposed to be separated. And don't make a big deal about it. Don't do, oh, I'll be right back. And don't do
exactly
that.
what I've always done.
Yeah,
So
and
the crate doesn't become negative if they experience it when you're home as well.
exactly. And the other thing too is, you know, you don't want to make a big deal about it. You don't want to. I guess really the biggest thing for me is that if you don't want it to follow, a lot of times we don't crate our dogs. You don't want it to follow you to the door. The most important thing about that
So
is
if
that's
they see you leaving, is that worse?
it's worse because of the fact that it's like the door closes, you're gone. So what I always recommend is have a place like the pink place right there on the floor. I have a Thunder vest there, which helps the dog too while you're gone. But during extreme separation anxiety, it may just rip that completely off. I mean, they can cause house destruction. She causes damage. However, with me working with her on some of the things and letting her know that it's okay for me to be gone, don't make that big deal when I come back. When I come back to the corral, I'll put her in daycare, and I won't make a big deal.
Oh, so you're not like, oh, daddy's back kind of thing.
And yeah, and actually daycare is great, because if you take your dog to daycare period, it's with other dogs, but it's not doesn't feel it has to be with you. You are actually the pack. Give it something to chew. So if you don't crate your dog, you could have a mat, you could have a nice chew there for her, you could have a toy there, some things that, and you're not telling your dog to stay, you're just telling your dog to place
There's
there.
your place.
And you're going to leave. Change up your routine. Don't, if you crate your dog 15 minutes or 10 minutes before you leave, don't do your normal stuff with doing your makeup, getting your keys, you know, the whole 9 yards, because the dog realizes that, and you set your dog up to actually be distressed. So in order to keep the dog low key, low stress, hemp oil has worked the best for me. I've had a lot of different remedies, but I use the hemp oil with her during thunder stress. And you want to understand that a lot of the things that a dog goes through separation anxiety are very similar to thunder. The treatment can be the same, meaning that we want to relax the dog. See, with all the dogs that are getting displaced because of Hurricane Harvey, they're going to experience a different type of separation anxiety. They're doing a wonderful job, by the way. The rescues are doing awesome with what they're doing. But you want to remember that that separation anxiety is different. That's because of displacement. When a dog experiences separation anxiety that Nilla has, it doesn't matter where she is, what condition, she has to be with a human. Those dogs will get adopted, they'll go back to their homes, and they're going to feel just fine. That's only because of displacement. They won't exhibit it probably for the rest of their lives.
Or she will be a more
She's always going to be a challenge, but I'll tell you, if I leave and I feel that I can tell by her condition, she pants terribly, her eyes get all bug-eyed, you know when it's coming up. And there too, that's when you don't want to make a big deal. We are the ones a lot of times that cause the separation anxiety.
Because we make a big deal.
Yeah, it's like the little kid that falls down and he gets scraped and you go, oh, they're fine until you do that.
Yes.
And that's kind of how this is.
Oh, this is so helpful. Thank you so much, Mark. Canine Corral website can give you more information, or you can go by and say hello and ask your questions yourself.
All right, great information if you have to leave a pet alone. Well, coming up next, it might be one of the oldest art forms, but it is a Suncoast favorite. We are going to celebrate a big anniversary with Black Diamond Burlesque.
Woo!
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at 5 o'clock. An Orlando prosecutor says she will now seek death penalty cases in the future, but Ramos Ayala says her decision comes with a certain condition. Plus, SeaWorld wants a restraining order while the park is taking action against 3 animal rights activists. Now let's get a check on our weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan live tonight in Lakewood Ranch.
It is the first Friday of the month, September 1st, falling on the first Friday, and things are looking pretty good here. We have a storm mainly east of Lakewood Ranch pushing off to the north, and not a lot of problems going on at this time. Big storms offshore. That activity continues to work its way off to the north, and it looks as though we will continue to see some showers and storms in the forecast as we take it into the weekend. We'll have your weekend weather forecast and an update in the tropics coming up at 5. See you then.
The ABC 7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Download yours today.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
And welcome back. Burlesque is a classic form of entertainment that has had a resurgence here on the Suncoast. And one troupe is about to celebrate their 7th year of sold-out shows. Here to tell us all about how Black Diamond Burlesque became a Suncoast staple is producer Lori Daniel Gale.
Hey, how are you?
All right, this is huge for you guys. So, how's your shows changed over the years?
Oh, well, we started 7 years ago at Selva on Main Street with maybe 90 people packed in there, and now we're at McCurdy's as our home venue with 260 seats sold out most times. Few tickets still left this time, but it's a great venue for us.
Wow,
that's
great. Why do you think, what was the key that made you really take off and be such a big hit?
Well, I have a very talented cast, and we've flushed out the show and made it, really big and beautiful and glamorous, but I really honestly credit Les McCurdy. He saw something in that first show that he snuck into, and he brought us to McCurdy's by, I believe, our 3rd show. So since 2010,
if anyone was going to crash that first show, I'm glad it was him.
That was a good one. I know.
And it's a perfect venue for you all, too.
It really is. It feels to me like a Manhattan supper club, has a very cabaret feel. We add a thrust to the stage so the performers can come out sort of more into what we call the glitter zone, which is our VIP.
That glitter zone.
So,
all right, so we have the makeover reveal results coming up soon. But, tell us about the true spirit of burlesque. And, it's because it's not just about taking your clothes off.
No, that's almost the least of it. In fact, it's about the last 5 seconds of it, each act. But we really offer a kind of old-timey, classic, elegant version of this art form, which is striptease. And, Sarasota is a drinking town with the circus problem. You know what I mean? So we already, I think we've got that sort of showmanship and that almost showgirl, this one.
That's what I want to
feel. And I think that what we're offering is so innocent and so simplified of something that was shocking, 100 years ago, but we're kind of still doing that version of it. It's edgy, but it's really pure and beautiful.
It's amazing. You didn't have to convince audiences to come to you. It's like once you started the troupe, and I've gone to shows and I've seen people on the board of the hospital, or some of the people I'd be afraid to approach at a luncheon are sitting right in the front row having a great time.
really is, and it's a great date night. I thought it was going to be a big bachelor party kind of draw.
No.
We've had one bachelor party at the Francis Ballroom for an anniversary. No, it was a holiday show, and it was 4 gentlemen in white dinner jackets. They all look like Ricky Ricardo. I was like, welcome, you know, but it's a great date night, great girls' night out, and it's fun.
All right, so tell us what we're going to expect for the anniversary show.
Oh my gosh, I have great guest stars coming in, Yvonne Adams. I have a really amazing duo coming back that was with us a few years ago. They're Oslo rep grads. I don't know that I can say their performer name on the air, so.
If you don't think you can, don't.
Bill Berry is back, or Sir Swallower, but it's a really huge show, live music, vaudeville, striptease, and comedy.
Yeah. All right, well, we can't wait. The Black Diamond Burlesque 7th anniversary show is September the 3rd at McCurdy's. For more information, visit their website. Next, we're going to see the results of today's burlesque makeover. We'll be right back.
Can't wait.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Looking for something fun to do on a Friday night? Then come to Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Enjoy free live music, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Meet up with friends, enjoy activities for the kids, or make it a special date night. And be sure to stop by the ABC7 booth and say hello. Mark your calendars for Music on Main, first Friday of the month, 6 to 9 at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by ABC7 and these sponsors. Want the latest weather and traffic conditions wherever you go? Introducing ABC7's revolutionary new First Alert weather app. With our state-of-the-art new weather app, you get up-to-the-minute weather alerts, interactive radar maps, current conditions, 10-day forecasts, real-time traffic maps, and weather video from ABC7, all at your fingertips. And it's free. Just search Suncoast WX in the App Store and download onto all your devices today. Sponsored by Mr. Sparky.
All right, in honor of Black Diamond Burlesque's 7th anniversary, Cutting Loose is giving a burlesque-themed makeover. So this is what Yvonne looked like before she came in. And let's see her now. All right, Yvonne, move that fan. Fabulous.
Gorgeous.
Yvonne, you look wonderful.
Thank you.
What do you think?
Super. I mean, it was a real treat to get dolled up. It's been a while since I have, so it feels great.
And you deserve it. You do so many great things for so many people. How do you feel?
I feel good. I mean, I feel, like I'm ready to go out and hit the town tonight for sure.
Wow.
Well, you look wonderful. Let's bring on out Cheyenne from Cutting Loose.
Great
job,
Cheyenne. Oh, wow.
You had a wonderful model to work with, but
yes,
you look wonderful. Tell us what you did.
Well, I really loved Yvonne's natural texture, and we just brought it out with a really pretty 1920s wave, and Julie just went a little bit
heavier with the makeup today around the eyes just to enhance it and make it that showgirl look. And she did use a little bit of artificial eyelash just to enhance her eyes and just make it a little bit bolder for her new look today.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
And part of burlesque, right, is heightening a little bit of, you know, the however good and positive you feel. So a little lashes, a little extra.
The showgirl within you.
That's it.
Yeah.
I found her.
Well, Yvonne,
I
you
would
look
wear this
wonderful.
out in public on a regular day, though.
With the fan.
You look great in public.
So, Yvonne, tell us a little bit about the organization that you're a part of that offers support to parents that maybe have lost a child.
Unfortunately, we lost 2 young ladies to suicide this year, so we are helping a retreat in Costa Rica that's going to fund and all expenses paid for parents, for counseling, and just, you know, to have a good experience and connect with other parents that have gone through the same loss.
That's a wonderful service
Thank you.
for people that need it. LupesLove.life.
.life,
correct. Well, wonderful. Great job. You look fabulous.
It was fun. Thank you.
Over the and you got a serenade from Nate Baker.
Love it.
Well, we're gonna have to.
I love that movie. That's my favorite.
You can certainly check out Black Diamond Burlesque anniversary show September 3rd at McCurdy's, and Cutting Loose is always great for making you feel a little extra, a little special. All right, well, we are going to head into the kitchen to see what's happening with the Indian table, and we'll be right back. We'll have to come up with a burlesque name for Yvonne while we go to break. It'll take us that long. We'll be right back.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Haley Wilkes. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. Higher prices and shortages, how Hurricane Harvey is affecting prices at the pump across the country and here on the Suncoast. And taking a quick look at Suncoast Traffic Watch, right now there's an accident on University Parkway. This is in the eastbound lanes at I-75. Now we're going to get a check on our forecast from First Alert Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan, who's joining us live tonight.
Thanks, Haley. Yeah, live here at Lakewood Ranch. I'll tell you, beautiful weather right now. We have a nice breeze coming in from the west. The storms are well to the north. In fact, they've moved out of Manatee County for the most part. Nothing around here, and it looks like it will stay that way at least for the next hour, so I don't see anything else popping up. We'll have the details on our weather forecast, obviously, coming up today at 5. It looks as though the tropics are very active right now. More on that at 5.
When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
Attention! Royal Seas Cruises has just announced their deal of the day, a $99 Caribbean cruise for 2 people. This amazing cruise deal to the Bahamas is only available to the first 500 callers who register in your area today. So get ready to write down this number and act fast. We know that the best type of traveler is a repeat guest, so we're offering this $99 Caribbean cruise to prove it. That's $99 per couple, including your stateroom, all your delicious meals, full spa, live entertainment, 3 kids clubs, and more. Come see why we were voted one of the top 10 best overall cruises by Cruise Critic. We're so sure you'll enjoy yourself and become a repeat customer that you're getting this deal of the day for the unbelievable low price of just $99 per couple. But you've got to act fast. Pick up the phone and be one of the first 500 callers to take the Caribbean cruise of a lifetime for just $99 per couple. Call right now or log on to royalcruisenow.com.
Call 800-906-0489.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter hotline if your loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
The ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit. Visit mysuncoast.com and download yours today.
And welcome back. Right now we're in the kitchen with Chef Deepa from the Indian Table. And I don't know what we're making. I can't remember the name, but I know that this garlic butter is amazing. I'm just smelling the whiff of it. So tell me about the naan and how we're going to do it.
Okay, so we're going to make naan breads today. Typically when we eat them in the restaurant, they're made in a fired clay oven. And I've tried over the years to try and replicate this flavor and texture at home, and I think I've found the secret that we can do at home. So what we're going to use is we're using a cast iron pan, because I don't know any houses that have a tandoor oven. But this can be heated to high temperatures, and it retains the heat as well, and it will give us the charred, scored finish that we find and love in naan breads. So we'll get started. So first of all, I'll go through the ingredients with you. It's a very easy and simple dough, quite sticky, so you be prepared to wash your hands afterwards, of course. So the recipe's on the website, but here we go. So we have our plain flour here, it's a cup of white flour. And then we have some yeast, so we can put that in. Yep. And then we have some baking powder.
Baking powder.
Yep. And then we have some sugar and salt.
Sugar and salt.
So what we'll do, we'll take a break and we'll get a fork, and we'll whisk the dry ingredients together with a fork. It's right there.
Whisk.
Whisk, whisk, whisk.
Good job, Nate.
Excellent whisking.
He's an actor. He's just pretending.
Brilliant. So then what we do, we would add the oil, the tablespoon of canola oil.
There we go.
Yep.
Oil.
And in that jug is a mixture of water and milk. In the jug, yes. So we pour that in, and then what we would do is we would use a fork and bring it together into a dough.
And stir.
And it is a sticky dough. I presume you don't want to get your fingers dirty at this point. But for our viewers at home, what you would do is you'd bring it together, you leave it to rise in a covered container for a couple of hours. This will yield about four pieces of delicious naan bread. So of course, true TV style.
Yes.
Some that we made earlier.
Wow. 2 hours later.
Yes. So you can see how I've split it into 4 pieces. And what will happen is it will rise again, and I've floured the surface.
It will rise again.
Okay. So we're making fresh bread here, guys. I mean, there's nothing better than that, right?
Okay. So, is this supposed to be boiling before I ruin it?
No, you're fine. It's
okay.
Good.
I knew something wasn't right.
So how do we go from the balls of dough into the flat?
Okay.
naan?
So I have my fantastic volunteer here.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is, because it's a sticky dough, we need to flour our surface. And the good thing about this bread is it does not have to be a particular shape.
That is good.
Yes, that's good. So we'll get a dough ball there. Yep.
Okay.
And then you can flatten it out with your fingers.
With my fingers?
Yep. And then you can use the rolling pin there and just roll it out, just a little bit, up and down.
Up and down. Wow.
Yeah, we can put some more flour in there if we need to.
Yeah, maybe some more flour would be good. Oh, here it goes.
Brilliant. Okay, we can stop right there.
Okay. Oh, I'm just getting going.
And it's looking authentic already. It's brilliant.
It is looking authentic.
So what we do is when you hold this dough up, you pull it with your fingers, and the weight of it will drop it down. Therapeutic, I must say. So
pass them down here.
Yeah,
I know. I need some therapy.
And then what I would do is just very lightly roll your pin over it again.
Very lightly.
Yeah,
I'm not good at light.
That's brilliant.
I'm good at heavy and hard.
That's
my God.
Look
Tell it too much.
That's excellent. So now what we're going to do, and that's perfect. I mean, that is very good. Excellent.
Wow.
All right, so when it comes to cooking
you did a good job.
So what we're going to do is we're going to brush this with some water. And what that will do is when the naan comes into contact with a hot cast iron pan, it creates steam.
Oh.
And it just helps it cook a little quicker.
So just plain water.
Plain water.
Okay.
This should be nice and hot. I'll tell you
Great.
a little bit more. We're going to get smoky, guys.
That's
so
all
no
right.
worries.
We're not afraid.
Let's go for it.
All right. And then, okay.
There we go.
And
a little
that's it.
sizzle.
Yeah, so now if you watch, you'll see bubbles coming up in a minute. And
How
the bubbles
long-
are the yeast. So
the bubbles are the yeast, you said?
Yeah, the yeast working. So you'll see in a minute.
Oh,
Can
I
you see the
see.
bubbles
Yeah.
there?
Oh, those
There's-
bubbles, yes.
Yeah.
How long would you cook this on each side?
Literally, I'm going to give it like a few more seconds.
So it's not long at all.
No, not long at all.
I feel like anything that only takes a couple of seconds is something right up my alley that I could do.
But this is a little more complicated.
Yeah.
So, Deepa, where in Indian culture is non-served? I know I've always had it on the table, but is it served right when you sit down, or does it come with the meal?
Well, it's a bread, isn't it? So it's used to scoop up the curries. So each
Okay.
culture has bread, and this seems to be the one that they serve in Indian restaurants because of the tandoor seems to make it so nice and fresh and, and brown. So
well, this is
All right.
great
Well,
that
we
you
are
can do it
nearing
at home.
just a little bit of time left. So, Bobeth is working on the garlic butter.
Yep.
This whole recipe is on mysuncoast.com. You go to our dining page.
you can smell it there.
It smells amazing. We're going to keep the party going. Nate,
And
thank
then
you
you
so
can
much for
brush
joining
this.
us.
Glad to be here.
Always great to have you.
Thank
Great
you
things happening
for
at West Coast Black Theater. And you can find out more about Chef Deepa from the Indian Table on Facebook. All right,
And then
we're going to
that's
keep
done.
working on our naan. You take some time. Enjoy the Suncoast view.